How's it going, MoshPit? I got a mixed tier match here for you between me and Dragon1000z that I took on my stream on Friday. Looking at the teams, they seem to be pretty evenly matched up. What I don't know is he's running 3 Dreamworld. I kind of suspected it with Tauros, but the other 2 potentials, not really as much. You know, they're not really anything on the front of my mind. So I figure I might as well just deal with them as they come. He's going to lead with Mew. Me kind of suspecting that's the only real thing on his team that resembles a lead. I'm going to go ahead and lead with Galvantula, knowing he's not going to want to take a Bug Buzz at all. For some reason, he stays in, I guess possibly expecting that he can take one. And he does. You know, if he's running max HP, he'll definitely be able to take that. He's going to set up the rocks. I only have 2 things on this team that are, you know, immediately weak to stealth rocks, and that's, you know, this and Darmanitan, which both, you know, really don't end up doing much. So I missed my Thunder. I went for the Thunder, predicting Zapdos to come in so I could do neutral damage to it. What I don't know at this point, however, is that he's running a Lightning Rod, and that could be pretty nasty if I don't know how to handle it. At this point, I'm just under the impression that it's pressure, because, you know, if it was Lightning Rod, he would have told me. He would have told me of such a thing, and I would be more wary about going for Thunder. But I do manage to take it on this turn, so I'm a little glad that Thunder missed. It just means I have a little more life of recoil. In comes Tauros. I'm expecting the Rock Slide, so I'm going to go out to Cobalion. Someone mentioned that on the stream. I was like, that's a good idea. That's a good thing to switch into. Predicts my switch, goes for the Fire Blast. Now, I don't know how much it's going to do because that is Sheer Force. I tend to use Sheer Force Tauros from time to time. I know that this thing has a really low spec attack set, so unless he's running a work up set, that's not going to one-shot me at all. He does miss both, which is very unfortunate. I'm under the impression that I could have taken one, though. That's probably me talking out my ass, but with a base 40 spec attack, I'm not expecting any miracles. So, Zapdos comes in. I don't want to go for a Stone Edge because it probably won't kill him, and I don't know that he's not running the T-Wave, and he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, predicting my Latias to come in. So he's making good plays, but they're just not really working out for him for some reason. So I'm going to go for the Recover. I know that I can get out of this matchup better off than he can because I am faster. He does have super effective damage, but it's not stab. I have stab damage, but it's not super effective. And he does have sub, but I will, you know, progressively wear him down eventually. Now, I don't know why he hasn't switched out to Snorlax at this point. I guess at that point, he was scouting to see my moveset. I do have something to hit him with, you know, besides Draco Meteor. He doesn't know I have Draco at this point, which is really going to come into play later. I'm just going to shrug off that HP Ice yet again with another Recover. We both have Life Orb. We both have recovery moves. You know, this could go on for a while. I think he does recognize it after this turn. Goes to Snorlax after roosting up. Would have been nice to have Rocks up to help with this thing. But, to be honest, it's whatever. I'm not really minding Zapdos too much at the moment. At the moment is are the keywords there. But he goes into Snorlax finally. Life Orb Psychic does an okay amount, I guess. I mean, it is a Snorlax, you know, Spec Debulk and whatnot. I don't have anything that wants to take a Body Slam. Looking at my team, I was looking at it. I was like, what do I switch into? And I realized I have a Darmanitan who won't really like a Body Slam at all. But in case he doesn't go for it, and, you know, he does something else like Curse or whatever, I do have the superpower to hit him with. But if he did Body Slam me and he got parried, he would have to take me out on the spot unless he wanted to take a superpower to the face. So, he doesn't want to do that, or he doesn't want a Body Slam. I don't know if he had it at that point, but that's a Jolly Life Orb Darmanitan, which explains why I didn't take it out. I'm not running Choice Band. But he is going to take me out here. So I have the lower defense. He has the raised attack. Easy KO. So Darmanitan not really doing much, but he does bring it down to the point where I can come in with Cobalion, and he can either stay in and die, or he can switch out. And the only thing, he has plenty of switch outs. He has Celebi and he has Zapdos, if I'm not mistaken. But I went for it, you know, on the off chance that he would stay in. You know, there's no reason to overpredict. None of my other moves would one-hit KO it. So if he does stay in, predicting the switch and, you know, me going for a weaker move, then I kill it off. But he goes out to Celebi to take it. Looking at the damage it does, that is not a defensive Celebi. That is, in fact, an offensive one. I am in a fully offensive Cobalion, though. So I do outspeed it, but I don't have anything that I think will take it out, you know, right on the spot, which is unfortunate because he's going to go for the Recover on the switch. Crit doesn't really matter too much in that essence. He, you know, doesn't recover fully, but it doesn't really come to play too much. I do have Hidden Power Fire from a previous match with DMAC that I had. Latias versus Celebi. Latias always wins, guaranteed. I think this is the exact set that DMAC was running too, and if that is the case, you know, Nasty Plot, Recover, Dual Stab, or just one stab and then Earth Power, whatever the case, he's not going to be able to touch me at all, unless he's running Hidden Power Ice, which, looking at the switch, he's not. He recognizes that I have hidden power, fire, or ice, so he goes out to Snorlax to take it, does nothing. And Snorlax is in here on very low health. So I'm going to bring out the big guns, go for the Draco Meteor. I need to take it out. Otherwise, it's going to rest up. I'm assuming he has rest. So I might as well take it out there. But the unfortunate thing is now that leaves me open to Feraligatr. Don't know that this thing is running a Sheer Force as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of scouting with my defensive duo I have going on. I go out to Tentacruel on the off chance, you know, that he's going to want to go for the Ice Punch right off the bat. You know, maybe predict the switch. Maybe go for a move right off the bat. Not set up. But he does set up. You know, I'm not running a defensive set, so I end up dying. But it lets me see what item he's running. If he's running Life Orb, it'll show up now. The thing is with Sheer Force, it takes off Life Orb recoil as well. So I do have a way to scout for it. Now, I go into Latias knowing that I'm slower for a fact. So I go into Cobalion right now to bait the Ice Punch. I do have a nice defense stat. So I'm going to take it. If he takes recoil, then he's not running Sheer Force. But if he doesn't take recoil, then he is. I see no recoil. He's running Sheer Force. I'm raging a little bit at this point. But I think I can handle it if I play a little bit of mind games going on here. So I predict the Earthquake. I'm not going to be able to take one of those. So I go into Latias. I'm telling him, hey, I'm going to switch back and forth, so you're going to overpredict at some point or another. And thank God he chose to do it now, otherwise I would have been hosed. So he tries to set up a second DD, gets greedy instead of, you know, trying to predict the switch and go for the Earthquake instead. I take it out, flat on the spot. Get out of here, Gator. I mean, I don't really think I had anything for it. I think Medicham maybe might have been able to outspeed. I'm not 100% on that, you know, depending on what nature he's running. But I could have taken out with a high jump kick, assuming he didn't go for second Dragon Dance, and he did, so I was feeling threatened, but got out of that situation nicely. Going back to the situation at hand, I fire off a -2 Draco Meteor. It does half, so that's a lot, and I do have Life Orb, so, you know, I'm going to die to my own Life Orb recoil right here. I might as well break this up. Knowing it does half, with the extra cut, it should do about a quarter. So he goes for the Roost. This does allow me to get a safe switch in, though, which is very nice. He's at like half health, or not half health, excuse me. He's at like 3/4. So what I want to do is go into Galvantula, you know, maybe paralyze it, then hit it with an HP Ice immediately after. I know HP Ice won't hurt, but now I see Lightning Rod. I wasn't paying attention to pressure because, you know, it was kind of a live scenario thing. And then someone brought it up, don't go for Thunder. And I was like, why not? I was like, oh shit, he's not running Lightning Rod, is he? And he's running Lightning Rod. So I lose Galvantula, and now it's down to the point where if I miss Stone Edge, then I'm hosed. I have nothing left for this thing. Actually, you know what? I do. I'm not sure how much Ice Punch from Medicham will do to both of these. So it wasn't immediately lost, but it would have made it a lot harder for me. So I take out Zapdos with Stone Edge, which is nice. I do outspeed. Celebi's going to come in, and I thought that I wasn't going to be able to take it out with an Iron Head, but I am. So both of the fighting types I did have on my team did kind of come together, you know, as a safety net. Anyways, that'll do it on me, guys. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to my channel, do your thing. Both links will be in the description if I can find them. And as always, you know, you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Peace.